Hi everybody, welcome to another video. This one's going to be on perspective drawing, and I'm going to start off with 1 point perspective. Now this here is just a very quick drawing demonstration I've just done before the video, just to show you 1 point perspective. Now what I mean by 1 point, the point will be your eye line, and this line along here would be the horizon line, okay? And what I want you to do next is then add in the shapes either above or below, okay? So as you can see, you start off with a horizon line, as in this one here. You then start off with the shapes. Draw any shape you like. I do recommend doing the squares or rectangles to begin with. And then the vanishing point. You can choose anywhere along this line, either here, here, or here. In this case I chose here, as the point of which you will then join up all these lines to help you get underway of how to create your simple flat shape into a three-dimensional object that will create a draw distance. In this case, one draw distance, the 1 point perspective. Because in the future videos, I'll move on to 2 point and then 3 point and 4 point perspective. Now, let's do the drawing exercise. You can join with me. Now before we even do perspective drawing, I want you to try and use a technique which is using your entire arm, okay, keeping your wrist still, rigid to your forearm, and try and do all of this without using a ruler. Now the reason why I ask you to do this without a ruler is because I believe that it trains your brain and your body simultaneously to do this freehand, because you may be in certain circumstances where you don't have a ruler at hand, and it also just trains your body and your mind to just create straight lines on the fly and very quickly. You'll feel good about it as well. Lots of fun. The moment you start bringing a ruler into it, it can be a bit fiddly, especially if you're out and doing location drawings, if you're drawing a street scene or a room. And it's a bit awkward to get that into a sketchbook, particularly if you've got a small sketchbook. So let's leave that aside and do some exercises. Now this is very basic stuff. So what you can see here, I'm moving my hand across the page with the pencil, but I'm not drawing anything yet. It's called ghosting, okay? Even professionals do this. You're warming up and preparing yourself to draw the line. So you're also trying to get as accurate as you can. In this case, the most important aspect of perspective drawing is knowing your horizon line is relatively straight. Okay, I'm going to do this now for you. So I'm going to ghost it a few times, and then I'm going to use my whole arm and do that, okay? As opposed to, I see some artists I've seen in the past, when they're not sure, they scratch their way across the page, and it's not acceptable. And you could do that if you want, but it's not going to enhance your ability to draw straight lines, because you're only doing it bit by bit. And aesthetically, it doesn't look nice either. It's kind of fur-like. So again, I want you to do this exercise. Use your whole arm, okay? Keep your wrist still. So essentially, almost like you're a mechanical machine on an assembly line, creating these long sweeping shapes, okay? Doing this as well will teach you how to do it evenly spaced apart, these lines, okay? So keep going. I'm using my whole arm. Okay, so this will get you all warmed up. You can do it in diagonal lines as well, because you'll be doing plenty of this when I show you 1 point perspective. Okay, and if you want to do it vertically, you will feel like it will feel different. So it's really, you're bringing your arm into your stomach, sort of, basically this way. So it's quite hard to do vertical lines more than horizontal, I find. I really get quite wobbly doing the vertical ones. That's because maybe I'll just tighten up. But if you want, you can just tilt the page or tilt your body In this case, I've tilted my body. Okay, I'm much more comfortable doing it that way. In this case, you can tilt, of course, the pad. So this is just a nice warm-up exercise, doing straight lines. Boobity-boo. You can do a star shape like this. Of course, this will be the vanishing point in your drawing. So I do recommend that you, straight off, if you're drawing for the very first time, is making sure you can do nice sweeping lines as straight as you can. Again, if you notice how I'm not moving my wrist, because otherwise if I planted my hand and tried to do a straight line, it will, it obviously doesn't work. You need to use your entire arm. Okay. Anyway, moving that aside, I mean, that is basic beginnings of perspective drawing, but that's a useful exercise you should know. But hopefully you're completely confident drawing freehand straight lines, and you'll be ready for this exercise now, which is the 1 point perspective. Now, no rulers. Do that straight line. Okay, number 1. Number 2, draw your shapes. In this case, I'm going to go over the square, rectangle, and number 3, choose your vanishing point. So it could be over here, here, or here. I'm going to choose, I don't know, maybe to the left of me. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to do a couple of ghosting strokes and then draw very light this time, not hard, and join up the 3 points. It's quite satisfying doing this, actually. Right, at this point, I can either move myself or move the page. In this case, I'm going to tilt it. Now the ghosting helps me because when things get much further apart across the page, I need to try and imagine this line. I'm going to ghost it like that. Okay, see, that worked. Ghost it again. Perfect. Ghost it the third time. Okay, this is tricky, this one, because it's quite a tight window of error. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. See, no scratching, all done in one easy stroke of the pencil using no rulers. Okay, so that's the level I want you to get to. If not, you're already there, and this will just be a video just to remind you, and you'll move on to the next videos in future. But for anybody who's wanting to draw nice straight lines and perspective, I think this goes hand in hand. Okay, so I guess the only thing to do now is to finish these shapes off like this. Of course, I'll be copying the same direction as the original shape itself. So obviously the horizontal line here at the top of the box, I'll copy that, match that so it touches the lines. Okay, if you want to, which would be an added bonus, is to imagine these objects as translucent or transparent. Okay, and if you want to do that, I suggest you then find the point here, which will help this will help define the entire shape if it's transparent. Now try and do the ghosting again, like this. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so what you want to do is now copy the same exact shape here at the back. Okay, now it's not going to be completely accurate because it has been freehand, but I'm pretty happy with that so far. So there it is. There is your transparent box. Okay, and let's try it again at the top. This will be a square, so I'm going to finish it off here, like this. Okay. Draw the vanishing point line up to this box here, very lightly. That way I can then start with a vertical line from this point to this point, like so, okay? And there you have it, really. A transparent 3D object. So I'm going to leave it there. It doesn't need to be a long video, it's about 10 minutes in. So remember, number 1, draw the horizon line, okay? Number 2, draw your shapes. And number 3, vanishing point. So, which you can decide wherever you wish to do it on the horizon line. So if you, I guess if you want to stick around a little longer, I can show you perhaps a circle or a sphere. If this is enough for you so far, then thank you for watching if you've made it this far. Okay, I'm just going to finish off now with a circle. Okay, and I'm going to use the vanishing point here. I'm going to quickly finish this video off with a shape, and this shape is going to form more of a context. So in this case I'm going to imagine this is a hot air balloon. So just like forming the base here, so everything above we're looking up, everything below we're looking down on the ceiling or the base. In this case we're looking up at the air balloon that's risen up into the sky. We're going to draw the entrance point here, which is where all the hot air goes in. So this is an elliptical shape that helps with create this object into a sphere, and add in your composition lines as a guide. Create a cross here, if you wish, at the elliptical point. So that means the next composition line would come up this way, and so forth. Okay. What you want to do now is draw a square below that. Like this, okay? Then, again, drawing the lines, go into the point, create the square. This will be the basket for the balloon pilot. And then you can simply just join up the lines which will form the ropes. Like this. Okay, so in context I guess you could consider that as a hot air balloon in perspective. So try it yourself. I hope this has helped. Very easy to begin with, and this should get you going on the road for perspective drawing. And like I said, this is going to move on to a second, third and fourth video, and it will become a bit more complex for you. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Please comment if you like this, and keep watching. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Okay, there we have it. That's another video down on my channel, and I'm very happy that the channel is now growing at 975 subs as of the 7th of December. 7th? 17th? Yeah. Wow, okay. So hopefully be 1,000 by Christmas. And anyway, I hope that video was useful. The reason for that video was that I had a subscriber contact me that they just wanted to see me do something very basic, perspective drawing. So I thought, what better way than to start off with the 1-point perspective? And I thought, just as an added bonus, I just mentioned that to use the full extent of your arm to try and draw nice straight lines, because that's going to become very useful when you're trying to guide the pencil in the right direction, and try and complete your shapes as accurately as possible without the use of a ruler. So the reason why I want you to do this freehand is because you just need to try and exercise your brain and your body to get used to it. You're not always going to have to rely on a ruler. Say if you were to jump into a career doing this, but it's just very satisfying as well without having to rely on a ruler. I'm not saying that rulers aren't great. You know, I'm not prejudiced with rulers. So, obviously they help in many ways, but I like to keep it nice and fun, freehand, and in your sketchbook. So I hope you like the video. All right, I'll see you in the next one.